Escuchas UPRA Web Radio, tu estación universitaria.
La Universidad de Puerto Rico en Arecibo ni esta emisora se solidarizan necesariamente con las expresiones vertidas en el próximo programa.
No sé, ¿será que con el tiempo nuestro amor vencerá el odio? Cuir Space.
Saludos y buenos días. Hoy a través de UPRA Web Radio es The Cuir Space. Estamos aquí en nuestro último programa literalmente, ya que esta compañera se gradúa pronto. Pronto no, en semanas. Nos graduamos en semana y quería hacer este último programa sumamente especial junto a nuestra compañera de la temporada aquí a mi lado, Suami Figueroa. Suami, espero que estés bien. ¿Cómo te encuentras hoy? Ay, lo sé, Lokis. Ahorita voy a ir a buscar mi toga. Estoy tan emocionada. Pues como ya saben, yo soy Mónica Capas. Estamos aquí con The Cuir Space y hoy va a ser un programa bastante especial ya que es nuestro último programa. Pero algo diferente que ya mi aprendiz aquí, Suami Figueroa, nos va a dar cátedra en el programa de hoy. Así que, Suami, I leave it to you. ¿De qué vamos a estar hablando hoy?
So today we're going to be talking about attachment styles and how they affect the queer community.
Es cierto, nosotros habíamos hablado de esto en el programa anterior, ¿verdad? Ya al final que íbamos a traer esto.
Sí.
Lo prometido es deuda, gente.
And I am a woman of my word.
Muy bien, vamos a empezar.
Pues entonces, what is attachment theory? Attachment theory has a long history and it's been used as a basis for research, for continuous research. First steps is to the first step is to get acquainted with the basics and understanding of the different attachment styles. So let's jump right into what are the different attachment styles. First of all is the anxious attachment style, the dismissive avoidant, the fearful avoidant, and the secure attachment style. So, how do attachment styles develop in early childhood? Well, they're usually just tied to unmet needs in your childhood and tied to childhood trauma. Like, for example, if you were emotionally neglected as a child, ya te acostumbraste entonces a que tus padres no suplieran esa necesidad de afecto. Así que puede ocurrir una de dos cosas. O te conviertes en una persona que tiene un anxious attachment style because constantemente estás buscando eso en tu pareja, o puede ser completamente un dismissive avoidant, que es
el opuesto.
El 180, que básicamente, yo no te necesito, yo me puedo como que valer por mí mismo.
Okay. Y estos son tipos, o sea, estos estilos de apego nacen de cómo nuestros padres nos tratan a nosotros, correcto, nuestras primeras interacciones.
Exacto, con nuestras primeras interacciones, qué es lo que aprendimos subconscientemente de las conductas que nuestros padres
nos enseñaron.
Okay. So, espérate, déjame.
So, dice aquí, ¿verdad? Que according to a psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, John Bowlby, one's relationship with their parents during childhood has an overarching influence on their social, intimate relationships and even relationships at work in the future.
Yes, porque attachment styles no se limitan a lo que es tu pareja, obviamente, como que la principal, pero también se puede ver bastante fuertemente en lo que son las amistades. Por ejemplo, cuando depende. Yo antes era anxious attachment. Yo me dependía demasiado de mis amigos para que me dieran ese reassurance de que, hey, te queremos, no nos vamos a ningún sitio, porque anxious attachment styles, y lo vamos a ver más adelante en la definición formal, son bien detectan fácilmente lo que es los cambios en emociones, los cambios en actitudes, aunque no tenga que ver con ellos, porque también anxious attachment people usualmente crecen en familias donde los uno o los dos padres son Ay, se me fue la palabra. They are unpredictable.
Impredecible.
Son impredecibles y tienes que tratar con cuidado. Por ejemplo, no hagas ruido, que mami se va a levantar y va a pelear. O se desquitan contigo. Y puede resultar en una conducta o anxious attachment o dismissive avoidant. O fearful avoidant también.
Entiendo. No, sí, aquí hay muchas, ¿verdad? Son 4 estilos de apego. Vamos a hablar un poquito más del anxious, que ese es el primero. Yo hice hice 2 quizzes online, actually. Y me salió, en ambos me salió que soy anxious style, attachment style anxious, y que también, apparently, soy avoidant.
Sí, eso es otra cosa. Una persona puede tener los 3 en diferentes porcentajes. Todo el mundo tiene los 4, pero en ciertos porcentajes. No es una mezcla, no es que tiene uno y ya. No, porque a medida que vas sanando una parte, puede ser que otra se como que suba a la superficie. Por ejemplo, yo dejé de ser anxious para que entonces subiera el dismissive.
Okay.
Entonces,
sí, que es que va evolucionando.
Es como que va sanando una parte. Es como when you heal your inner child, but then your inner teenager just starts to rage.
Yeah, I get it.
Es como que paso por paso.
Sí, dice aquí que el anxious preoccupied, que adultos que tienen este estilo de apego, usualmente su pareja, usualmente es su otra mitad o su mejor mitad. Dice que the thought of living without the partner or being alone in general causes high levels of anxiety. People with this type of attachment typically have negative self-image while having a positive view on others. Eso yo me sentí tan atacada. Because yeah, I totally agree with this. Dice que anxious adults often seek approval, support, and responsiveness from their partners. Y yo, chale, güey. Sí. Dice que personas con este tipo de apego valoran mucho sus relaciones y que but are often anxious and worried that their loved one is not interested or not invested in the relationship as they are. Why are you attacking me, internet?
Dice, a strong fear of abandonment is present and safety is priority.
Yep. The attention, care, and responsiveness of the partner appears to be the remedy for the anxiety. On the other hand, the absence of support and intimacy can lead to anxious, preoccupied type to become a more clingy and demanding, preoccupied with the relationship and desperate for love.
Clingy entre paréntesis, because clingy.
I've been clingy. I'm really.
No. Okay, me explico. Clingy people for me don't exist.
Yeah, go. I think I've heard this before. Shoot, why don't you think clingy people exist?
Clingy people don't exist porque, let's say you're a person walking in the desert and you've been days without water or food, surviving off just like, I don't know, drinking your own piss.
Delicioso.
Pero si de momento yo me encuentro una casa que tiene comida caliente, que tiene agua fresca, yo no voy a comer como si fuera una persona normal, voy a comer como si fuera desesperado y voy a pedir más y voy a estar ahí. Es lo mismo con las personas clingy. They've been starved for affection and love their whole life, so when they finally get it, it's like, dame.
Yeah.
Como que toda su vida han estado sobreviviendo sin eso. Y que entonces cuando llegue ese momento es como si fueras un adicto.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, thinking about previous relationships that I've had, I've noticed that this is why I'm single, guys. I'm working on myself. And one of the things don't laugh. One of the things I realized is that there are common denominators or common factors in my past relationships. And I've noticed where I'm like, wait, sometimes I'm too clingy, or sometimes I need this person too much. So, guys, you gotta work on yourself. Your best.
Exacto.
O sea, tu mejor pareja vas a ser siempre tú mismo. You're the only one who stands up with your BS. No one else has to. So you kind of have to deal with that.
Pero brincando a los dismissive avoidants.
Okay, let's go.
The dismissive avoidant type would often perceive themselves as lonely wolves. That sounds like a lot of people.
That sounds like a lot of people, I know. Lonely wolves, strong, independent, and self-sufficient, not necessarily in terms of physical contact, but rather on the emotional level. Yep, I understand why I am anxious and avoidant. That's kind of funny. These people have high self-esteem and positive view of themselves. Dice que the dismissing, avoiding type tend to believe that they don't have to be in a relationship to feel complete. That is where I stand now.
Which is not an invalid statement, but it stems from a place of, again, your needs not being met.
Yeah. ¿Qué más? This is, they don't depend on others. They depend on themselves or seek support and approval in social bonds. Adults with attachment style generally avoid emotional closeness. They tend to hide or suppress their feelings when faced with the potentially emotion-dense situation. Why is this me? Why am I? Remember we were talking about this a while back? I was like, I don't lately. Like, it's like,
again,
it's just too complicated for me, or I feel like, you know what, this isn't worth my time. No. Avoid. I'm done.
I know, but it also, like, going back to the whole childhood trauma, it may be because, like, these individuals, or like one of the reasons is because these individuals are not taught to, like, properly deactivate during, or like properly tackle arguments. Like, it viene de como que, yo soy tu padre, tú haces lo que yo diga. My feelings don't matter, so why am I even gonna engage? So I just deactivate.
Yeah.
Just deactivate.
Entiendo.
Or just avoid the conflict entirely. Just
avoid it.
away.
Yeah. Just walk away.
Exactly.
Sometimes, like, a lot of people don't get credit for that. A lot of people be like, oh, like, you didn't tell that person X or Y, Z. I'm like, no, because sometimes the biggest FU is getting up and walking away. So y'all need to know to pick your battles and be like,
but also make an effort.
Exacto, make an effort for yourself.
But also learn how to recognize when to, like, walk away. When to truly walk away and not listen to that fear of, my feelings don't matter anyways. Why should I engage in this?
No, man, your feelings always matter. Don't let people invalidate you. I've had those kinds of people in my life. And sometimes they don't do it on purpose, but other times you could tell that they gaslight you. So they, have the upper hand in the situation. So sometimes you have to be very watchful of those you have around you, because it may not be intentional, but when you notice it, you can't unnotice it.
Yeah.
You just can't be like, no, you have to.
Yeah. And then fearful avoidance, the disorganized type, tend to show unstable and ambiguous behaviors in their social bonds. For adults with this style of attachment, the partner and the relationship themselves are often a source of both desire and fear. Vamos otra vez. Relationship with your parents, de momento, unstable parents, de momento están cariñosos contigo y de momento hiciste una cosa así.
Yeah, they stop giving you affection.
Yeah, that could be an example of why that attachment style has formed.
Does that have to do with love bombing as well, or no?
Yes. It has to do with narcissistic parenting as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I've heard a lot about love bombing, and I know that apparently it's a problem. Pero
love bombing is a manipulative tactic. Es como que te estoy dando. It's again feeding into that. Te estoy dando tanto, y entonces cuando de momento te lo quito, entonces como que espérate, ¿qué pasó aquí? And you go chasing after the person.
Yeah. As well, we also have the part of the fearful avoidant. It says that they don't regulate their emotion well and avoid strong emotional attachment due to their fear of getting hurt. Okay, ladies and gents, I'm
this is important. Fearful avoidant people want intimacy and closeness, but at the same time they have experience troubles trusting or depending on others. Again, because of they can't trust their parents to give them a constant source of, like,
what
security.
Yeah.
So these individuals are like, okay, so I'd rather just not. I want this. I want the affection. I just don't want the conflict that comes with the affection. But unfortunately, relationships are te estoy viendo la cara y como que that opened up something.
Yo creo que tú pudiste verbalizar lo que tanto me ha costado descifrar y es como que, damn, Swami, stop it. I don't want to do the show anymore.
Just gets up and leaves.
Gets up and leave. Like, se acabó el programa. Bye. No, mentira.
Pero yeah, it's like tú quieres el afecto que tanto te faltó, o no que te faltó, pero la seguridad que te faltó sin el conflicto. But unfortunately, relationships are two different people, or more people, coming together into like... Obviamente va a haber conflicto, no todos pensamos iguales, pero al no poder manejar conflicto desde una edad temprana, ese es el problema. Y se desarrolla este attachment style. I'm not, okay, yo quiero hacer un paréntesis. I'm not an expert in this topic, so don't take my word as gospel.
Sí, yeah.
Pero I have been reading a lot, and like, honestly, do your own research. Me ha ayudado un montón con mis relaciones a comprender, mis relaciones amorosas, amistosas, con mis padres, e incluso a mis relaciones académicas.
Nice.
Así que...
Yeah, I think this is something we should all like make sure. And this, mira, it's weird because como mencionas, mami, de los 3 que hemos mencionado, flips the table because I can't curse. Pero, sorry, gente, es que eso me mete el diablo por dentro, pero nada. La gente está bien al garete, pero nada. De los 3 que hemos mencionado hasta ahora, yo me he identificado con los 3, maybe uno más que el otro. Pero el más importante, y puedo estar mal, dice que es el secure attachment, which is the one, I guess, we're supposed to strive to achieve. Dice que the 3 attachment styles covered so far are insecure attachment styles. They are categorized by difficulties while cultivating and maintaining healthy relationships. In contrast, the secure attachment style implies that the person is comfortable expressing emotions openly. Interesting.
Toma tiempo
llegar a ese punto.
Sí, don't stress if you're not at that point. Como que todos a su paso. A mí me tomó años de terapia llegar hasta el punto que estoy, y aún así
te falta.
Me falta un montón.
Same girl, same. So adults with secure attachment style can depend on their partners and in turn let their partners rely on them. Relationships are based on honesty, tolerance, and emotional closeness.
The secure attachment style in the relationships, but also don't fear being on their own. They do not depend on the responsiveness and approval of their partners, and tend to have a positive view of themselves and others.
I mean, I'm striving, like I said, slowly I am getting to the secure attachment, but I do recognize I am very much an avoidant person when I don't like. Because I know myself. You know how when you're like blazing angry that you know you could hurt someone if you wanted to, but you're just like, let me take a break before I kill this person?
I know, but that's called emotional regulation. That's fine.
Sí, pero es más como que sometimes I don't want to deal with the situation and I'm just like, bye. Yeah. With the proper or mature response would be to talk about the situation and try to find a solution to it. Sometimes I'm just like, bye. No, I'm not doing this.
Okay.
You get me? That's what I mean.
Yeah. I do that sometimes. Porque es como que no quiero lidiar con esta situación, pero es cuando yo sé que la situación no tiene remedio.
Exactamente.
Pero like, está bien tomarte un break de la situación, porque mira, y esto viene a una cosa que yo escucho mucho, particularmente en pareja. No te acuestes sin resolver el problema. No, mi pana, acuéstate a dormir y después resuelve el problema. Yeah. You're tired, you're hungry, you feel emotionally unwell, like just take a break y entonces después lidia con la situación. Pero the correct response would be dealing with the situation, not immediately, but eventually.
Same, like, I've heard that a lot, como que, ay, no te acuestes enojado con tu pareja, no te acuestes enojado con alguien.
Please go to sleep.
Because you never know what's going to happen. Look, I get it, it's kind of manipulative, but I get it. But at the same time, como que, look, man, if I am peed-oed, which I kind of am right now because people are making noises, I would definitely do something about it, and I just maybe would not want to talk to you.
No.
Because this is the thing, like, mucha gente como que, ay, no te gusta dormir sin hablar con tu pareja. No, man, if you're angry, you are allowed to be angry, and you're allowed to have that space to be angry. Because I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, but no te enojes. No, tienes derecho a enojarte, tienes derecho a enfogonarte, tienes derecho a sentirte de las mismas formas que te estás sintiendo. But, yeah, anyways, guys, vamos a ir a una breve pausa. Y vamos a seguir hablando más de este tema que está muy interesante y regresamos en breve. This is the Cuir Space.
Get in, loser. We're listening to the Cuir Space.
Mami, gracias.
Gracias, ma. Gracias por velar donde me meto.
Mami, gracias.
Mami, gracias por dejarme janguear con mis panas.
Gracias por respetar mi estilo.
Gracias por interesarte en conocer a mis amigas.
Gracias por dejarme chatear, pero no al garete.
Gracias, mami.
Gracias por respetar mis ideas.
Gracias por negociar conmigo la hora de llegada.
Por haberme dejado venir a coger ola. Gracias.
Gracias por prestarme el carro si me lo gano.
Gracias por decidirme cumplir con las tareas que me tocan.
Mami, gracias.
Gracias.
Gracias, mami.
Gracias.
Mami, gracias.
Mientras más cerca estés de tus hijos, más lejos estarán ellos de las drogas.
¿Está tu comunidad preparada para afrontar un desastre natural? Los equipos de respuesta de emergencias en la comunidad CERT es un programa que le enseña a la comunidad cómo prepararse para afrontar un desastre natural y cómo responder luego con técnicas de seguridad contra incendios, búsqueda y rescate, organización de equipos y operaciones médicas. Con el entrenamiento aprendido en clases y en los ejercicios de práctica, los equipos CERT pueden ayudar a otros en su comunidad cuando los equipos profesionales no están disponibles. Para más información, comunicarse con su agencia municipal de manejos de emergencia.
Son tiempos de crisis. Dentro de ti mismo eres libre de sentirte como quieras. Pero tu felicidad es tu elección, no la de nadie más. En caso de crisis emocional, visita el Departamento de Consejería y Servicios Psicológicos de la UPR en Arecibo. Pide ayuda, oriéntate, visítanos. No permitas que nadie opaque tu felicidad. Llámanos al 787-815-0000, extensión 3650.
En los últimos 50 años, hemos avanzado mucho en la prevención del tabaquismo. Pero si no hacemos más, 1 de cada 13 niños de hoy morirá prematuramente por el tabaquismo. Son 5.6 millones de vidas preciosas que podemos salvar. Juntos podemos lograr que nuestra próxima generación esté libre del tabaco. Más información en surgeongeneral.gov.
Get in, loser. We're listening to the Cuir Space.
Y estamos de regreso aquí a través de UPRA Web Radio con The Cuir Space. Antes de irnos a la pausa estábamos hablando de los diferentes estilos de apego y lo que son, lo que conllevan, su trasfondo y todo. Y queremos hablar un poco más, ¿verdad? Para darle ese centro de lo que es nuestro programa acerca de cómo estos estilos de apego se manifiestan o afectan a la comunidad. Y con más sobre el tema, ¿verdad? El disclosure, Swami no es una experta, pero Swami queríamos hablar de este tema y Swami se preparó bastante bien para esto, así que let's keep it going, girl.
I wouldn't say that, pero
you did your research, that's all I'm gonna say. So let's continue this.
So attachment styles can have a significant impact on our community. Y particularmente a aquellos who have experienced like rejection trauma, sexual trauma, which is honestly so tragic that it's prevalent in the community.
Of course.
Or like related to the sexual orientation or gender identity. Like for example, if let's say a person gets rejected by their family because they are gay or non-binary, because I've seen that happen as well, or trans, they could develop anxious attachment. They could develop even if they had a well-rounded childhood, they could develop an anxious attachment style just because of that.
Okay. Yeah, because these are all, except for the last style, todos estos son estilos de apego, pero de inseguridad. Nacen de verdad, según esto, de inseguridades. Pero que es lo que tú dices, o sea, si a ti se te ha rechazado, el rechazo es una experiencia bastante fuerte. Hay gente que pueden ser adultos y no saben manejar el rechazo. Hay personas que esto no tiene edad. So, imagínate ser parte de la comunidad joven, tener ¿verdad? Experiencia, este tipo de trauma o rechazo y tratar de ubicarte en cómo relacionarte con tus peers o tu pareja o tus amistades.
Or just the community itself.
It's just the community itself, exactly. And then it says that individuos con este estilo de apego ansioso may struggle with fear of rejection and abandonment in their relationship, which could be exacerbated by societal discrimination and stigmatization. Yo no puedo creer que yo puedo leer eso bien sin stutter.
It also, like, people that have grown up con estos attachment styles, when they come to form part of the community, or like when they come out as part of the community, por ejemplo, I grew up, not me, but like, I am a person who grew up, as an example, if I'm a person that grew up in a very unstable household and I developed a dismissive avoidant attachment style, and then I realize, hey, I am gay or I am trans, and then I come out to my family, or I don't come out at all, because I'm already used to like my needs not being met, my ideas not being accepted, so I'm gonna just shut down and just not express my own emotions. I'm just gonna suppress everything. Definitely. So these people might even like suffer even more, or like not realize that they're part of the community, and as a result be unhappy with who they are, as a result of their attachment style.
Of course. No, yeah, and then it really and it's again the trauma that comes with being part of the community, because I feel like this isn't spoken enough. There is a sort of trauma that comes with it. It may be different depending on the person, but I still feel like we all have that same fear of rejection, and we're all looking to be accepted and treated equally. So yeah, and then for example, the avoiding attachment style may be more likely to avoid intimacy and connection in order to protect themselves from potential rejection or harm. I've done this a million times. I do this all the time. Whenever I'm like, this seems too good to be true, bye, bounces away. And again,
it also I think that this is why, like, the heteros they say, they propagate, or not propagating, but like reinforcing for them the stereotype that queer people are promiscuous. Because it gets to a point where like, no, I don't want emotions, I just want sex. Bye.
And that's
when I do want emotions, I want this.
Of course. And that's the thing, you also get criticized if you don't want the relationship aspect of it. Look, you don't.
Exacto.
If you don't want, like, I'd rather you be upfront and be like, no, I don't want the relationship aspect of this, I only want this, and that's it. Fine. Perfect. You're being honest with me. You're being communicative and responsible. Pero que it.
Oh my god.
And you know, the funny thing is that, you know, everybody has a different approach to these styles. Last one is, it also mentions that deorganized attachment styles may find it difficult to form and maintain connections because of childhood trauma. Again, trauma is a big role player in these situations.
I know what you were gonna say.
Traumas are big role players in these scenarios, and then all these factors heavily influence the coming out process and how individuals of our community relate to each other. And on the other hand, secure attachment styles characterized by a sense of trust. Characterized by a sense of trust and safety in close relationships. Now I ask the question, how do you think your attachment style has affected your queer experience? That is an interesting question. I'm gonna think about that too.
Yeah. I was gonna ask that question to you, like, how do you think? Because I know I haven't had many like non-heteronormative relationships, so I don't think I can answer it in that aspect, but I can answer it in terms of the relationships I've had.
Well, I think that I feel like maybe my attachment style has isolated me from being in a non-heteronormative relationship. But it's not because I don't want to try. It's more of the sense where I've gotten to the point where my presence is a privilege. Me talking to you is a privilege. Me being in your life is a privilege as well. So I can be avoidant and be like, but I also have the power to be like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this right now because it is not worth my time and it's not worth my energy. So I feel like in a sense it has secluded me a little bit from the community, in the sense where the type of girls that are interested in me usually are like
very needy.
Not needy, because I don't want to use the word. I'm needy too. I'm needy. I recognize I'm needy. Pero, y no me gusta utilizar la palabra porque es lo que tú mencionaste.
Sí.
Es esta falta de apego que uno no tuvo y cuando al fin la tiene como que no se quiere soltar porque es como un high, es como una droga. So I feel like in a sense me ha aislado porque las relaciones para mí con las mujeres son más emocionales. Que en una relación, you get me, like in the versus in a heteronormal relationship. I feel like as women, we are more emotional, we are more attached, and there's a different understanding versus of the sense that it's not the same thing you going out with the guy than you going out with the girl.
Then
It's
again,
totally
it has to do with because the patriarchy not only affects women, it also heavily affects men.
True that.
And like men have been taught from a very young age, los nenes no lloran, especially in Latinoamérica.
Yeah.
Los nenes no lloran, los nenes no pueden llorar, tú eres un hombre, te aguanta como macho.
Sí.
Esas frases así como que men have been, or like people who identify as men,
yeah.
have been forced to like suppress their emotions.
Yeah.
Because again, going back to the attachment styles, de la misma manera que se puede en el mismo environment. Obviously, the same person going through the same experience is going to have different outcomes every single time, but it is very different en términos de hombres a mujeres en el mismo attachment style, aunque hayan vivido exactamente lo mismo.
Yeah, it is, and I feel like it has it has isolated my experience, but at the same time, it has made it more difficult for me to be in a non-heteronormative relationship, in the sense where I'm just like, most women, this is my experience, most women want a relationship. Most women want to fall in love.
That's what we've been taught.
That's what we've been taught. That has been drilled into our heads since day one, that we are gonna have, or should be, the Cinderella story. Prince Charming is gonna, fly from the sky, give you your shoe, and all that chichi-hacha. Pero I feel like for me, my avoidant style has woken me up from that and has made me realize, like, that's nice and everything, pero there's more to life than just that. Como que, and if all you want to do in life is fall in love and be happy and make a family, and go ahead, go for you, like, good for you. I can't do that at this point in my life. I'm not ready for that. Seriously, no, I recognize I'm not, pero yo siento que por esos attachment styles, yo he sido más lonely in my queer experience. How about you? What do you think?
Well, for me, okay, antes, when I was first starting in the dating world, I used to more gravitated towards, I'm gonna say men, because that's been mainly my dating pool. I've been gravitated towards men that express their desire to want me, or like como que quiero estar contigo, como que me lo digan, to reassure me, because I was in that anxious attachment phase in my life.
Yeah.
Pero ahora, now that I'm in my dismissive avoidance has taken its toll, yo estoy como que if I can't handle that, I can't, and I'm gonna use the word needy, but again, for lack of a better term, I don't
can be needy. I do them needy. That's a song. I hope you heard it.
La Baby Ari.
Yes, you get me.
Okay, but I can't deal with needy men. I can't, porque es como que me están exigiendo. I can't. Yo he aprendido yo no puedo suplirte esas necesidades cuando yo no me las puedo suplir yo misma.
Entiendo.
Yo no te puedo suplir esas necesidades, and when a guy shows interest in me and is like, desbordándose como que desesperado. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
please stop.
Yeah.
But now I've got the opposite problem, which is I'm attracted to guys that don't show like
Emotion.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Tú te estás riendo porque tú sabes, pero
I know where
cállate.
this is going. Pero I get what you mean. Me pasa lo mismo. Like, and I don't know if this is a bad thing, but it's like we apoyamos que el hombre presente sus emociones y toda la cuestión, pero whenever I am getting to know a guy and they're needy, my instinct is to pull away. I don't because I don't
At
want
least
to
you pull away. I just shut them out completely.
También, like
La vuelta es lo que
I pull away because it's the fact con lo que tú acabas de mencionar. Si yo misma no me estoy dando eso que yo necesito, como tú pretendes que yo te lo dé, first of all. Second of all, I feel like when it comes to needy people, they think that la pareja es responsable de su felicidad, and I don't think that's true at all.
Again, because these people, como se dijo ahorita, these people tend to look for like lo que no le dieron sus padres en su pareja, o por lo menos en su pareja o en sus amistades.
Yeah, and then for me,
Or in the workplace.
or in the workplace too, like
When you're looking for your boss's approval.
because you never got your parents' approval.
Exactly.
Yeah, or oh my god. So we keep talking about this. There's more realizations coming into my life now. Pero yeah, it is a subject that not a lot of people discuss. And yeah, whoever's listening, I hope that this little chat helped you, because I think this is very interesting as well. Y I hope that you guys, if you guys feel like answering, contesten en los comments, how do you think that your attachment style has affected your queer experience? Because I would love to hear about this. Pero por el momento vamos a una pausa. Regresamos en breve a través de UPRA Web Radio. Esto es The Cuir Space.
Si has bebido, pasa la llave. Es tu responsabilidad. Cuando pasas la llave, pasas mucho más.
Por tu bien y el de todos, vamos a intervenir si violas la ley.
Este es mi son. Vendiendo droga conseguí todo lo que quería. Las nenas más lindas, el mejor carro del año, prendas, dinero y poder. Bueno, había algunas cosas que no me esperaba, pero este es el fruto de mi trabajo.
Get in, loser. We're listening to the Cuir Space. Get in, loser. We're listening to the Cuir Space. Get in, loser. We're listening to the Cuir Space.
Regreso aquí a través de UPRA Web Radio con ustedes, The Cuir Space. Antes de irnos a la pausa, estábamos hablando acerca de los estilos de apego. Y ahora queremos pasar a un tema un poco más divertido. Quiero que se rían, quiero que además de ser informativo, ¿verdad? Se rían un poquito, me quiero reír. Let's go. So, vamos a empezar con nuestro segmento de Never Have I Ever Queer Edition. La primera. Swami, never have I ever been to a queer bar.
Listen.
I have to take you to a queer bar.
Mami, no, cause I live in Cabo Rojo y me crié en Boquerón.
Pride.
Yeah, exacto. I live in Pride.
Swami.
I I've never actually been to the Pride Parade. O por lo menos en los primeros días, que es cuando son las de esto. Like, the last days, sí, mainly is because of my social anxiety.
Same. Te entiendo.
I'm like, no, there's too many people. I love the community, but like, Jesus Christ, there's too many people.
Mi experiencia de los Pride siempre ha sido la misma, and I think it's hilarious. Yo he ido a las de San Juan unas cuantas veces, entonces siempre que voy, siempre están estos carruseles con la draga o gente vestida bien estrambótica que sí, con el Pride flag, chichichia. Pero siempre tiran condones y lubricante. Sí. Como que you don't got condoms, that's okay, vete a Pride y te van a regalar como un chupacón de lubricante y condones, no sé.
O las primeras 2 semanas en las universidades, because for some reason aquí en la universidad las primeras 2 semanas de cada mes están dando como que like bolsitas y eso, como que del mismo departamento, como que con condones y cosas, with like STDs, like info
donde sea clínica, en donde hacerte las pruebas, sí.
So it's like either go to Pride and you have like a year's supply of condoms,
or don't go at all. No,
don't go at all. Go to university.
Yeah. So you've been to a queer bar?
Honestly, yeah.
Really?
Without it being labeled as a queer bar, come on.
Okay, yeah. There's queer bars that, yeah. Me pasa. Saludos el cojo. Anyways.
Está la banderita en la esquina, tú.
Okay. Oh, I've done this. Okay. I can't say never have I ever, but I have done this. Never have I ever gone on a date with no intention of paying for anything.
Honestly,
the perks of being a female.
The perks of being a female and dating traditional men.
Exactamente.
They don't let you pay.
They don't let you pay. Like heteronormative dates, they're like, no te dejan pagar. They'll pull out if they're gentlemen, they'll be like, déjame abrirte la puerta, déjame jalarte la silla para que te sientes. We don't see that anymore. But
I mean, we do, but
búscamelo. I like to know. I like to meet them.
Hey, I do that for when I'm on a date with a girl.
Exacto. This is
I do that.
I remember how we were talking about how when I went on a date with the couple.
Diablo.
So that's and in a lot of moments of that night, I realized I could be a better boyfriend than he is. Like, I could hold a door for you. I could, like, take cute selfies of you, tell you look pretty and stuff like I can be a better boyfriend than you.
Never have I ever dated someone over 10 years older.
I have. It was a date. It was one date. It was the weirdest thing in my life.
Oh my God.
Like, it wasn't a bad thing, but era como que this person was the same age as my older brother, and I couldn't get that out of my head. So every time the person was like, oh no, when I was a kid, I'd be like pinpointing it in the timeline in my head and then be like,
nah, it's when you were born.
It's when I was born. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know. He was nice, but I just, I wasn't feeling it.
I haven't gone with 10 years older, but I have gone out with 5 years older.
Okay, yeah.
Which is like, it's there, but it's not. Es como que es una diferencia, pero no es una diferencia tan notable porque todavía no es el cambio de las generaciones. I did flirt with a person that was much older than me, but it nunca llegó a nada.
Entiendo.
But I think it's weird. Es bien raro salir con una persona. Like, don't get me wrong, a mí me gustan mayores. Y me gustan los viejitos sabrosos, pero...
Pedro Pascal. Anyways.
No.
Oscar
Isaac Hernández Estrada.
Papito. Anyway. Oh, this is funny. I actually saw this on a show. I saw this on Sex and the City. If it ever happens to me, I will laugh my butt off. It says, never have I ever shaped my body hair into a random shape for a laugh. You have?
Listen.
You have?
When I'm waiting for my conditioner to set. Yeah, I gotta do something.
Ya yo te imagino a ti haciéndote un lightning bolt just because, haciéndote un arcoíris así bien. I've never done that. Qué funny. Oh my God. Oh, I've done this. Never have I ever picked out a wedgie in public.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I know you're not supposed to do that in public, pero when you gotta unwedgie, you gotta unwedgie. Oh, the next one. Have you... Me ha pasado. Never have I ever blocked someone's toilet. Too much toilet paper throwing down the drain. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Okay. Esto es un pet peeve mío aquí en la universidad. No sé por qué. Ajá. Cada vez que yo voy a los freaking baños del DECA, siempre hay uno que está tapado con papel. Dios, no tiren papel en el freaking inodoro, Dios mío.
Mira, yo te voy a explicar por qué me ha pasado. Los baños que me ha sucedido eso es porque no tienen inodoro, pero no tienen zafacón para tirar el papel. So, ya tú solito te estás provocando eso de, o sea, el mismo que lo puso dijo, diablo, mano, yo me voy a tirar el papel por aquí, esto se va a tapar. Y a la persona como lo estaba montando no le importa, porque no es su trabajo. Pero es true, like, why can't you just have like a trash can to throw out?
Or just a bag.
Or just a bag.
Like tipo, como que bolsas hay de más en este mundo. Like, the turtles are choking on them. Use them for like throwing out your poop paper.
The turtles are choking on them. Oh my god.
Save the turtles.
Save the turtles, man. Ooh. Okay, Swami. Never have I ever urinated in a swimming pool as an adult.
You know, I just recently turned into an adult, so it's like relatively recently. How long was it? I'm a baby adult, so.
Yo soy una adulta, pero chiquita.
Las dos somos chiquitas, mami. Las dos somos chiquitas.
Bueno, ya ha llegado el final de nuestro programa, pero antes de irnos queríamos soltar aquí un poquito de temita de reflexión. Ya ha sido que ya este programa ya tiene 2 añitos. Lo empezó mi queridísima amiga Kiara Cole como su proyecto, ¿verdad? Su baby. Porque nos dimos cuenta que en Upra Web Radio no había ese programa queer y ella se le ocurrió, mira, vamos a trabajar esto. Y pues siempre le dije que sí. Ella se graduó, yo seguí con el programa. Lamentablemente no he conseguido, si están escuchando esto y quieren seguir con el programa, hit me up. Y este programa ha sido super nice.
Are you just passing the mantle on to me now?
I mean, if you want it.
Ella te lo pasó, entonces tú me lo estás pasando a mí.
Si tú lo quieres.
I wish I could. I ain't gonna have time for this. Semestre que viene yo cojo televisión.
O sea, tú puedes hacerlo semanal. Lo puedes hacer bisemanal, lo puedes hacer mensual.
I don't know. This type of responsibility is so overwhelming.
Don't worry about it.
I would love to.
Don't worry about it.
Pero va a seguir.
Cori, ya saben que si el programa se muere es culpa de Swami, no mentira.
De momento vemos como que up on the hill, like the horde.
Ha sido un privilegio y compartir, ¿verdad? Para poder compartir contigo durante este último semestre de universidad, este último semestre con este programa. So many feelings encontrados. I don't want to cry. Quería dejarlos con una cita que dice: Happiness is when you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony.
Yeah. I can't say nothing else, yeah.
I think que todos los días nos debemos despertar y dar gracias, ¿verdad? Que estamos aquí un día más en el planeta, y también deberíamos hacer todos los días algo que nos alegra un poco, ya sea sentarse y tomarse esa tacita de café, ya sea comerse ese bizcochito que es prohibido. Y quiero dejarlo con eso y quiero agradecer, ¿verdad? Por el apoyo y su sintonía a través de los años. Somi, ¿algún mensajito final que le quieras dar al programa? Al corillo.
Go chase your happiness.
Go chase your happiness.
I'm not saying it only to them. I'm saying it to you. Go choose your happiness. De aquellos que me nos estén escuchando que se estén graduando, y también se lo voy a decir a mi compañera aquí. I am so proud of every single one of you. You did it. Congratulations. You go. Tú pudiste. Venciste.
Ay, no.
Así que vete, usa esa camisa de graduando, o vete, ponte ese birrete, ponte esa toga y luce tu certificado o lo que sea, luce tu diploma, vete, lúcete en tu graduación, y aunque no vayas, venciste, ganaste, te lo ganaste. Así que muchas felicidades a aquellos graduandos y a aquellos que nos están escuchando también. Tú puedes, sea lo que estás pasando, tú puedes. Mañana será otro día y el futuro, o sea, el mañana siempre va a estar ahí. Llega hacia él.
Eso es así. A todos los graduandos, a todos los seniors, muchas felicidades. A los que estén por graduarse o acaban de entrar. Gente, disfrútense el camino, aprendan mucho y pásenla bien. Así que este es el último adiós de The Cuir Space. Mi nombre es Mónica Capas y conmigo
su amiga Nicole Figueroa.
Y esto es The Cuir Space.